Fascism. מהפכה שיפוטית.
Did we just show you an advertisement for a perfume named Fascism? Yes and no. The woman is Israel's Justice Minister Ayelet Shaked, and this is her election ad campaign. In this spoof ad, Shaked can be seen striking provocative poses and whispering phrases like judicial reform, separation of powers, and restraining the Supreme Court, in Hebrew, all a build-up to her last tagline of, "It smells like democracy." While one person called her Viktor Orban on steroids, and another said if you like sexism with your Supreme Court bashing, Shaked has an ad. The ad is supposed to be a defense that her efforts to weaken activist courts and give more power to the legislative branches of governance are democratic, reported Haaretz. Only the message doesn't come through, which seems to be an issue with the entire Israeli election process as the West Asian country heads to the polls on the 9th of next month. This election will be a referendum on four-time Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Israel has seen the formation of several new opposition parties since elections were called last November. Only leaders of new parties seem to have few discernible differences over policy or much of an agenda at all. For example, they offer no new solutions to Israel's intractable conflict with the Palestinians, explains The Economist. The most popular new party, Israel Resilience, led by Benny Gantz, a decorated former general, has expressed a desire to step away from dealing with Palestine and focusing on socio-economic policy. But it remains to be seen how far that resolution will go, with much of the politics in the country centered around Palestine. As a matter of fact, Netanyahu himself, seen as a hardliner by most of the international community, has often been criticized by far-right leaders for weak strategy on Gaza and the Palestinian Hamas. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister is also facing indictment on bribery and breach of trust charges arising from 3 separate corruption investigations over accepting gifts worth millions from overseas billionaires and attempting to buy and control Israeli media. Knesset, Israel's legislative body, has 120 seats and is usually ruled by coalitions. Netanyahu's Likud, or Labour Party, has never won more than 40% of the vote.